Emergency.
Yes. Oh. Good evening, everyone. We'll call to order the meeting of the Seal Beach Planning Commission for May 1st, 2013. May 1st. My goodness. Can we have, the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call, please.
Planning Commissioner Steve Sloan. Here. Vice Chair Esther Cummings.
Here.
Planning Commissioner Robert Goldberg. Here. Planning Commissioner Patty Campbell.
Here.
Chairperson Sandra Mather-Labbit.
Here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. By motion of the Planning Commission, this is the time to notify the public of any changes to the agenda, rearrange the order of the agenda, and provide an opportunity for any member of the Planning Commission or staff to request an item be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Is there anyone who would like to remove one of the two items?
I'd like to remove number 2, please.
Number 2?
Yes.
All right. Then can we have a motion to accept the agenda with the change in the consent calendar?
So moved. Second.
Please vote. Okay, 5-0. Oral communications. At this time, members of the public may address the Planning Commission regarding any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Commission. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the Commission cannot discuss or take action on any items not on the agenda unless authorized by law. Those members of the public wishing to speak are asked to come forward to the microphone, state their name for the record. All speakers will be limited to a period of 5 minutes. There's only one person in the audience, and she doesn't look like she's getting up. Okay, we'll move on to the consent calendar. The one item that remains is the approval of the Planning Commission meeting minutes of April 3rd, 2013. Can we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, please vote. Okay, 5-0. Then under schedule matters, we have none, but we'll consider the minor use permit 13-2, establishment of an animal veterinary hospital at 12341 Seal Beach Boulevard, which is PetSmart. Can we have a staff report, please?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the Commission, this item is for minor use permit 13-2 at 12341 Seal Beach Boulevard. It's a request to establish an animal veterinary hospital within the existing PetSmart store located within the general commercial zone. The minor use permit is for a veterinary clinic, and this use is subject to a minor use permit under section 11.2.10.010 of the Seal Beach Municipal Code. The subject business is located within the Shops at Rossmore Shopping Center. This is one of the lease spaces that was divided from the former Stats Patio and Floral Supply structure. It's operated by Banfield Pet Hospital, which partners with PetSmart locations around North America to provide veterinary services. Staff has visited other PetSmart locations in the area that provide veterinary services and have found them to be clean, modern, and well managed. Staff believes that as conditioned, there should be no adverse impacts to the surrounding tenants or communities at large with the approval of the minor use permit. And staff is recommending approval. There is one thing I'd like to note. There is a typographical error on the resolution that was provided to you in condition 12. It makes reference to a height variation. This obviously is not a height variation. It is a minor use permit, and staff has provided a corrected resolution for the chair to sign. This concludes staff's report. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the staff?
I have some comments I wanted to make. First of all, when I looked at the drawings, is the access to the veterinary hospital going to be from within the store, access within the store, and is there also an outside exit entrance in the back?
The access to the veterinary hospital is through the store, through the normal entry to the store,
The
like
store,
normal
okay,
customers for the
There
store.
is-
Any side doors would be either required emergency egress or...
Okay. So there's no access from the back of the store, just only from inside the store?
Correct.
Okay, because when I looked at this, it seemed as if there might have been some access, it's questionable where the access was, okay?
It's a loading ramp.
Right.
Okay.
Not likely people will
Okay.
be coming down a loading ramp.
My concern, and this might even extend to the whole store as a whole, I've had dogs for years, and we used to take them to don't have any right now, but we used to take them to the Los Alamitos Animal Hospital on Catella. Wonderful place, know everybody there, they're all great people. Sometimes the patrons, though, have manners less than desired. People would take their dogs outside and let them do their business outside the animal hospital. Now, there's a business next door that has a dental office, and there's a sign there, if you park in their parking lot, you're going to be towed. Well, one day, I did park there because I just had to run in and get something. I didn't have any dogs with me. And when I got back to my car, I started looking around, and the place was full of, for want of a better word, landmines. Unfortunately, some of the people that go there, they would walk their dogs over next door. That's really not being a good, patron or a good neighbor. I asked the access question because if you had access from the back, people are going to be walking their dogs in the back. Now, if they're coming through the store, also, and this is probably something the shopping center needs to deal with, but I have a concern about people not picking up after their pets when they're taking them into the store. And I was just curious if that is something that that the city should say something about, or is that the shopping center because they're going to be tenants in the shopping center?
It would be a municipal code violation for a pet owner to not pick up after their pet, and that would be something if there were, I would think, a problem with that, that would be something that staff could enforce.
Okay.
With either the shopping center management or the PetSmart folks.
Well, it seems to me if they're going to be accessing the pet hospital from inside the store, I think you're going to have a limited amount of, for want of a better word, mess outside. But I can assure you, that is a concern of a lot of people. We've got, no dog signs posted in our parks, and we've had several people get ticketed. And people are, want that to happen because they don't want the animals in the park. There's a dog park, which is fine, and but that's one thing that one of the two things people complain about the most is people walking their dogs and not picking up after them, or just simply walking them and picking up, but you don't want them going on your yard to begin with. But that was my concern because that becomes also a public health issue, and I didn't know where the enforcement for that would sit.
The door that you see in the rear of the building, at the rear of the loading dock, is not a publicly accessible location.
Okay.
And Madam Chair, just to interject, we will also notify the property management to require that to provide proper, just reminding notices, if you will, inside for the customers or the clients that will visit the hospital.
Because they are 400 feet from the nearest residence, and people can just walk around and kind of make it unpleasant for the people that live there. That was my concern. Thank you.
PetSmart has been in business now for what, 4 or 6 months?
It's been about, I think, a little over 6 months now.
Has there been any complaints from the neighboring businesses?
Not that staff is aware of, no.
Because they are allowed to bring their dogs in the store right now.
Yeah.
So if there haven't been any problems, the people who are coming there probably have a little more awareness of picking up after their animals.
I'd like to hope so.
I go up there pretty often. I've never seen anything on that concrete expanse up in front.
This isn't a public hearing, but if there's anyone in the audience that would like to say something about the veterinary use, don't all jump up. Okay. All right. Can we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Chair?
to clarify, this would be to accept the resolution as presented with the change noted by staff.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, please vote. Okay.
Approval of minor use permit 13-2 is a final decision of the Planning Commission. There is a 10-day period to appeal this decision to the City Council. The appeal period begins tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you very much. There are no public hearings scheduled. The Director's report.
Nothing for this evening, Madam Chair.
Commissioners' concerns. Mr. Goldberg.
I just had a question looking at the agenda forecast for June 5th, amendments to the Seal Beach Code regarding massage establishments. I was just wondering if staff could just give us a heads up or a little more understanding as to what that is. Is that possible?
If I may, there have been a number of changes to state law regarding the regulation of massage and the certification of massage practitioners. This is kind of a catch-up to that. There were some code amendments back around the time that Title 11 was adopted to incorporate some of these changes, but this is basically going to be catching up the latest round, which went into effect in January.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Campbell.
Nothing.
Ms. Cummings.
I just wanted to note that I will not be able to attend the June 5th meeting.
Mr. Sloan.
I have nothing tonight.
And neither do I. We're adjourned.